welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center. I'm delighted to join Jazmin with her fantastic movie, Kid Ugly. Let's take a look at the clip. Thank you for bringing your amazing film. I've got so many questions, but for those that haven't seen it, tell us the brief synopsis.
Okay, my synopsis for Kid Ugly, it's about an outlaw who runs into one of her biggest fans who's trying to be her sidekick. That's the short synopsis.
It's the short synopsis. We'll dive deeper. But listen, the only disappointing thing about your film was it ended. I wanted like a TV series, I wanted a feature, I wanted more. It was so good. Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this project?
Yeah, I originally wrote it as a pilot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so it was like hour long.
Yeah.
And it had like a whole different like aspect to it where like the character's trying to get a belt back and he's still a fan, but then this opportunity came out, which was for McDonald's, and they were like, oh, we're looking for short scripts to fund. So I got really lucky because I was just like, oh, well, you want the first 5 pages? I have a solid 5 pages. I didn't tell them what it was for. I was like, this is pretty cool. I got through the next phase and they were like, we want the other 5 pages. So I ended up just condensing this like big pilot into like something small.
Amazing.
So, and that was like in a week too. So I was like stressed trying to make a 10-page script that was still true to the 5 pages I sent in. And yeah, that's what Kid Ugly was. It was something, honestly, I just wrote for fun.
Yeah.
Because I have like other stuff to write, like features, and there's a lot of pressure on your first feature. So I just wanted to like let loose and not have to worry about that because it's really stressful.
It's stressful.
Yeah, people was like, I want to see the script, I want to see the script. And I was like, cool, but can I just write something silly and for fun? Like, I wrote it because I liked spaghetti westerns, I like cartoons. It was inspired by some manga I read, and I was like, can we just put this all together to make a fun world where you have Latinos and African Americans as the leads because they are the original cowboys.
Yeah.
And I just felt like we just deserved like basically like fun stories.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But a brilliant story. Let's not forget that. I mean, you're super talented. Like, I was just so excited to see this vision that you had articulate on screen because it looked so good on screen, didn't it? It was like amazing. I love how you got, you know, elements of manga to elements of spaghetti westerns and you just incorporated it. Like, when you've got those ideas and those genres, those things that you enjoy and what you want to see and portray on camera, how do you like, just like, okay, I'm going to condense this and make Kid Ugly? Like, how did it all kind of start for you in the writing process?
Yeah, it was pretty tough, honestly, because you're still trying to make a commercial, you know? And McDonald's wants something commercial.
Yeah.
Luckily, I feel like I'm not too edgy. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm pretty, like, light in my approach. So writing it, I just knew originally, I was like, it's kind of going to be Disney-esque, but not totally Disney, you know? So that was my approach. I'm like, it's like a kid's show that adults like watching too, like a SpongeBob. Like, I can bear watching that with my cousin, or Amazing World of Gumball with my cousin. Like, I'm not going to be like pissed off that I'm watching it. So that's what my approach was. Like, will the kids like it? Will the adults like it? It's inspired by things that I like, and my team, like my DP, loves spaghetti westerns. So he's just like, okay, cool, we're gonna do that aesthetic and we're just gonna play silly. So it was really a fun thing for the whole team to be a part of. Like my DP's like, great, we can have spaghetti and anamorphic lenses, zoom anamorphic lenses as well, and also just have fun and with camera movements. So it was just a creative like treat for everybody, like costume, like production design. So we're really lucky to be able to tell a story that's not common, like for a short film.
No, and I love that, but you kind of did leave me wanting more, so I'm glad to know there's like potentially more there as well. I just fell in love with the character of your lead and also your little lead as well. Like both were so dynamic and so great. How did you go about bringing your cast together?
Oh man, like we had it was pretty tough casting. Because I'm pretty picky, but also like
you're allowed to be,
like especially when they're the lead. So Scarlett was the only one that was on from the get-go. She was the lead for Bottletooth. So Scarlett, she was just like a mutual friend, and I just hit her up and I was like, hey, we're like semi-finalists for Spotlight. Would you be interested? And she's like, I'm down. I'll do it for free. I don't care. And I'm like, Scarlett, you're amazing, but we're gonna pay you.
Yes.
So we just like had her on. Nobody else. When we got the money from Spotlight, we had 2 weeks to make the film.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so we were just like,
was that intense? Like, my
it
goodness.
was intense.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, that means like rewriting the script because locations drop. Like it went from a 10-page script to an 8-page script. Rewriting so many parts of it. Casting, there's a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
We had PAs as extras, so all the like bar people.
Oh, really?
There are PAs. They're also the bag people. All of those are
they were pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all our PAs were also actors.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend who's over here as well.
Oh,
so
good job.
He helped out with that.
Yeah.
So, that tough part with casting, with Aiden and everything, we casted him 5 days before filming or so, like really last minute.
Wow.
So we were just doing Zoom interviews after
He's
Zoom
brilliant,
interview.
yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. So Scarlett was the one that was like with me doing the reads and auditions for kids. So she was able to do a chemistry test while we're auditioning.
Wow.
So he impressed us so much, and we were just like, he's the one. Like,
that's so amazing.
We called him back. We're like, you got it.
Oh, fantastic.
And it worked out so perfectly. He's like, for the fast like pace we were going at on a 3-day shoot, you needed to get every single line like in one or two takes. Yeah. So he was on top of it. He remembered the script better than any of us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
He'll show everyone else up. Yeah.
Oh,
I just want to say, your set was like, oh my goodness, like it was so beautiful to watch. You know, from the opening scene to the bar scene, like everything. How was it bringing that set together, and did it look as great? I mean, it looked so fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that set, we got so lucky because it was all one location.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, so
nice.
It was like this guy whose dream, so he worked on Home Improvement for a minute.
Okay.
He was like a carpenter, and he's like, my dream is to have a movie ranch. And I was like, sick, okay. And then he made it, and his house is in between like this western town and a shack up on the hill.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're the first short to film here.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I'm honored. So he was just super like, you know, courteous to us, and his set, because he was a carpenter, has like things from like the Lone Ranger, Pirates of the Caribbean, like all these different movie relics were in like the saloon.
Yeah.
And even the town. So it was just crazy to be a part of like history. And honestly, the set dressing was all him for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, even our PD was able to turn just a little patio into like a theater, which was insane.
Amazing.
But yeah, it added so much production value.
Oh, I mean, but it just, I mean, again, it was very well, you know, the story was really, really great, and you directed it so well as well. Like, what is your dynamic as a director? How do you work with your actors? Like, what's your kind of journey with them into, you know, from rehearsal to the finishing article?
Yeah, I like to be like super clear, even when they're like auditioning, like giving them like even the lookbook, you know, to understand like what are the references. Like for Aiden, when he was playing Laszlo, I'm like, just think like Naruto. He's like a underdog, like very eager, like, and he can understand that because he likes Naruto, you know.
We all love Naruto. Come on, right?
Yeah, so I was like, this is so easy to just like explain to him, and I work with kids before, so like I feel like I can speak to them. My sisters are like around his age.
Yeah.
So like just getting down to their level and understanding them, because every actor's different. Like Scarlett is more of like an internal actress. Like she wants to understand like, but where is this feeling coming from, like from the character? Like, so I need to like find a way to break down that character more for Scarlett, because that's how she operates. Where Aiden, from my experience with most kids, just tell them be sad, and they're like, cool. So that was that thing of balancing them both, and and I'm just so happy they had good chemistry, like immediately.
Oh, they're brilliant together.
Yeah,
it was
so
good
that
to watch.
helped me.
Yeah, no,
with
of
the time
course.
crunch. Yeah.
Of course. Like, I mean, again, it's such a, I mean, you went up against a lot of people to get this kind of award, etc. Like, kudos to you, like how wonderful. I mean, we loved having your film at New Filmmakers. They were so privileged to have your film with us, but what's the experience been like? We certainly loved it with us. What's the experience been like having it in front of a live audience as well?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, like, I feel like your audience was so, like, receptive to everything. Like, they were just engaging.
We're lucky, yeah.
Like, I was so happy, like, and it was very full.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I've played, we just started the festival circuit, but I've, had other films and, like, big stuff, like, the Oscar qualifier ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes the audiences can be a little, like, they're just quiet, and they'll cheer at the end, but I like how they're, like, reacting throughout every single short.
You had fans in the room, like, honestly.
I guess I did.
You really did. Like, I'm not even joking. I was hearing that crowd, and they were just rooting for you. Like, it was beautiful.
I knew my family was on the right side, so I was expecting a cheer when the first shot came on.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting the left side. I was like, I don't know anyone on that side.
We got a lovely, rowdy crowd that loved to support. So no, but but well done to you. I mean, they wouldn't do that without loving your film so much. That's
Thank you.
Down to you. As I said, I was left wanting more. What is next for you? What's going on? What is next on the horizon for you, Jazmin?
Well, I'm trying to pitch this as a show. Already have a pilot written. So that's good. And really looking for like an Amazon type person to like, take it on. And I'm writing a feature. Well, I already have it written. We're going to start doing some pitches like within the next few months that we have lined up. So that one is like a coming of age film, so different from genre.
Oh, and fantastic.
Easier to make. And then I have another feature film, which is a horror one. And I'm just trying to dip my toes into everything and have fun with it, honestly.
Absolutely. Well, I feel like I'm sure people have a lot of fun on your sets and doing a lot of amazing things, and that's what it's all about. We should remember we're having fun too and making great creativeness. But I just want to know, I'm so amazed that so early in your career you're making such great work this already. Like, if there's anyone out there that's like, I want to do what you're doing, like, do you have any advice as a creative person, like, to help others out there that want to follow in your footsteps?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like writing it once you have the idea and just seeing it to completion. Like, even if it's like bad, like in your eyes, just finish it. Like, because it's so much easier to break down what it is once it's completely finished versus like speculating on what it could have been. Because I feel like I wasted so much time, like in my teens, like this would be a good idea, but then I never do it. And then you're just like, well, I wouldn't even have known if it was good or not if I didn't try. And then you can learn from it, you know? And it's so easy to be forgiving when you're younger if you mess up. And honestly, just having fun. Like, people feel the passion. They do. Like,
they do.
And then the crew feels the passion. The people you're pitching to feels the passion.
Yeah.
And that's what sets you apart in rooms. Because so many people are soulless when they pitch or they steal stuff, and you're just like, okay, like, why am I hiring you to do this job? There's so many directors. So when you have a person like that that's just excited, ready to take it on, like, that really does wonders. And I just want people to know, like, keep that energy, because it's easy to lose it. Like,
absolutely.
In this crazy industry.
Well, that's why you had the left side of your room cheering for you, see? No, but seriously, you've really got it. I can't wait for the extension of Kid Ugly, but also all of your other projects. Like, you're part of our New Filmmakers LA family, so just keep making more content. We love it. But thank you so much for Kid Ugly, and we're looking forward to the next things that come from it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jazmin.